Hey, this is Donnie McClurkin, and I'm the host of the Donnie McClurkin Show right here on Inspiration 1390. And we're here with Ask the Pastor, this segment of the show. It's just going to be a place where you can ask the pastor a question, and I'm going to give you an answer. The answer may be a little gruff and a little candid, but remember, it's Ask the Pastor. I'm the pastor. We've got several questions here that we're going to read off, and hopefully in a short period of time we'll be able to answer these. The first question is simply this. First question says, if a person got saved at 15 and then backslid and went back into the world at the age of 20 and then came back to Christ at the age of 13, would that person say that they've been saved for 5 years or 15 years? I've heard that once you're saved, you're always saved. But how can that be when you're out in the world sinning? How are you saved if you're out in the world sinning? Well, if you took a walk into the book of Luke, you'd read about a story about a prodigal son. He was the son of a great man, and he decided that he was going to take all of his belongings and his inheritance and go out and squander it all and just do what he wanted to do. Leave his father's home, do everything against what his father taught him, to live in his own way according to his own lusts, and spent countless time. We don't know how many years that he stayed out there. And he lived righteously, he lived wantonly, he lived with women, he did all the things that he could think to do. And then at the end, after he squandered everything, he was totally distraught and busted. He said, I'm going to go home to my father's house. Now, ask this question. Was he any less his father's son when he left and did his own thing? He was still the son of his father, outside of the will of his father, but still the son of his father. If you're truly born again, you are his child. You are his beloved. Even if you're in sin, you are his child, his beloved. Any parent that's watching, you may have a child that's in jail. Well, that doesn't make them not your child because they're in jail based on their own choice. They suffer punishment based on what they choose to do, but you're still connected to them. And that's what God is. In the Old Testament, God said he's married to the backslider, meaning that no matter how far you go, he's still in relationship with you. And does it mean that you can't go to hell? No, it doesn't mean that. It means that your choice sends you either to heaven or hell. God never condemned a soul to hell. It's the way we live, that we make the choice whether we will live eternally with him or whether we will be totally cut off from him because of sin. But are you saved? I would say that you're always his child. You're always his child. So I'm stammering. You're always his child. So let's move on to the next question before I get really on a soapbox with this one. Second question says this. I've been dealing with things from my childhood for over 26 years. Angry with my mother. Hey, should I just break this up into 5 different Ask the Pastors?
What do you mean? Oh, you saying different?
Yeah,
it might be easier to edit.
Because one of them takes the whole 4 minutes.
Yeah, it might be easier to edit it too, yeah.
Oh, let me break this
And then
down.
you can make